Hello my friends, I'm back with another playthrough for you. This one is of the card game, solo card game called Arkham Noir. And this is case number 1, The Witch Cult Murders. As I understand it, this has taken some influence from some of the short stories, some of the Lovecraft short stories. I haven't read any of them, so I don't really know. But it is the idea that you are a noir detective called to investigate the mysterious murders and otherworldly going on in Arkham. It's not related to the big board games. This is a sort of a little independent standalone. There are 2 of them that are currently available. Case number 1 and case number 2 called Forth by Thunder. This is what you can currently get. There were 2 other collector's editions, but I don't think those are really available anymore. So I thought we would just kick off with a playthrough of this game. And there isn't a lot about this game. I'm not sure why it didn't get more of a splash, because I think it's such a cool idea. And a lot of the sort of reviews and comments that I saw likened it to Honorim. Yes, one of my favorites. So it is sort of a card playing game. There's a lot of luck involved in how the deck is shuffled and set up, sort of like Honorim as well. It's solo, and it has that feeling of sort of matching symbols and that sort of pacing. However, I found with this game, there is a story in it. You can play it straight up by the numbers, very abstractly, or with a little bit of imagination, you can actually find the story, the Arkham mystery that's here. Amazing artwork, and it's very, I think, thematic and gives that Arkham feel. So let's set up and play this game. The story, the intro, whatever you want to call it, is that we have been contacted by Dr. Armitage, the librarian, who has said there is something afoot in the town of Arkham. Something bizarre is happening. And we have these victims, all right? There is some adjustment to the gameplay. We're going to play on a nice, easy setting. If you would like to make the game harder, you play with less victims. If you want to make it easy, you play with more. And one of the win-loss conditions is that if you ever have to pull a victim card and there aren't any, you lose the game. So there is a time element. We must solve the mystery of what's going on in Arkham before all of the victims are killed. All right, so we're going to play a normal setup here. We're going to take one of the victims, send it back to the box, and we will have a timer of 5 victims before the game ends. So the rest of the game is a deck of cards, and that's it. We give it a good shuffle here, and we draw cards into our hand, play them off the top of the deck, and try and solve these murders. Okay, let me set it up and show you how this works. So one thing the designer did, which I think is really cool, is he gives you these basically setup cards, and there's 4 of them, and they pretty much tell you where to put everything. So for example, this card tells us that the discard stack, we're going to discard cards here. Open cases are going to go here, and our leads are going to go here, and we're going to have a total of 5 leads. So that's our first card. The second card he gives us is this one, and he says, hey, put your draw stack on the other side of this. Boom. Put your victim cards on the other side of this. Boom. And then there are a bunch of little checks for winning or losing the game. He also has 2 more here. Big picture cards go here, closed case cards go here. So he kind of tells you how to lay it out in a very logical way, which I really appreciate. So let's follow his suggestions and set it up in the way he envisioned it. So to start the game, we need 2 victims. 2 people have been murdered, so we're going to take the top 2. Our first is Edward Pickman Derby, the poet. He was mysteriously killed, so we're going to put him down here as an open case. And, Asenath Waite, a student, a poet and a student, have both died. All right. Now we have our leads, and we're always going to have a total of 5 leads here. So let's turn those over. One more, 5. I'm gonna have to scoot these down just a little bit. Okay. And we start with 3 lead cards in our hand, and that's the most we can ever have is 3 cards. So we're gonna go ahead and pull 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. The game is super simple as far as gameplay goes. On every turn, you must resolve the first card in the lead deck. There's a couple of options that we can do. We can either discard it and deal with any discard effects we want. We can play it to an open case if the symbols match. Or we can take it into our hand, okay? If we take it into our hand, we have to discard down to 3 cards. So we could take it into our hand, discard another card, resolve any discard effects, okay? The only other thing that we can do, I should mention, is if we do decide to discard it, we are then allowed to play a card from our hand to one of the open cases, again, if symbols match. So we resolve the first card in the row, put it wherever it needs to go, slide these down, throw up the next one. And that's the entire game. This slowly progressing leads that we're trying to put onto these open cases to close and resolve them. And if we manage to do the big picture, we win the game. So what is the big picture? Like I said, there are 2 difficulties in this. The hardest one is 6. We must close all of our cases before we run out of time with 6 puzzle pieces in them. That's really hard to do. We're going to play the normal difficulty. Our big picture requires 5 puzzle pieces to solve. Puzzle pieces, what are those, you say? Aha, I happen to have a few on the table to show you. Some cards come with this little icon on top of a puzzle, and they're locked. They also have a symbol on them. And to discover this Arkham horror that's happening, we have to have 5 cards with a puzzle piece that all have different symbols. So there's kind of like a little bit of like a clue vibe going on here, in that you have a bunch of different symbols that are happening, and that's what's going to tell our story. So for example, our story could be that the monster is this Brown Jenkins familiar. The familiar is what is killing things, and the person controlling it is Ephraim Waite, the wizard. Let's see if I can find another one here really fast. And the location is the Miskatonic University Library. So you see how we have, oh, that's a key. That's not a puzzle piece. Gosh darn it. So you can see how we're solving the case with these puzzles. And as we do so, we're kind of telling a story. Oh man, I'm glad we didn't play this, because all the puzzle pieces are on the bottom, and I definitely would have lost. Okay, here's one, the sealed loft. So these would be 3 of the 5 we needed. There's a nice little card here that's a reference, so you can see there's only 1 puzzle piece that's a fingerprint. There's only 1 puzzle piece for these, right? So you really want to see if you can snatch those up, because remember, we need 5 of the 6 to win the game. How do we get the puzzle pieces? Well, simply enough, they have to be played into an open investigation, and we have to have them unlocked. So for example, where was that key that I found? Here it is. If we play the unlock the location first, and we then play the locked clue card after, we will be able to score this for the big picture. All right. So we're trying to look at symbols, we're looking at lock signs, and then if that's not enough, we're also dealing with these lead clues. And it's super easy to do. The clue must match. So for Edward Pickman Derby, the first thing we have to do is some investigation or to have a conversation with someone in order to progress this storyline. So for example, let me see, maybe we would talk to Ephraim Waite the wizard, right? We'd have our conversation pieces matched up. after we talk to him, we need to do some surveillance. And maybe we will do some surveillance on the sealed loft. And after we do some surveillance, we need to do some research. And maybe we'll head to the Miskatonic University. So you can see how you build your story by matching these symbols. Okay. So let's just jump into play. I think that's, I mean, there's probably some more. Oh yeah, of course there is more stuff happening because it is Arkham. There's a chance that you can go insane, and that's always fun to do, but we'll see when that comes up. But that's sort of the basic of this game. We're looking to collect symbols from the top of these cards here. We're looking to get those puzzle tokens. And to do that, we're matching the side symbols. What's on the bottom of the cards, you ask? Yes, there are a bunch of these. These are effects that happen when they enter play. And we'll resolve those as we get to them. I'm gonna shuffle this again because I think all of my puzzle pieces are on the bottom, and that would be terrifying. So let me give this a good shuffle. So I've set up, we're ready to play, and it's looking a little rough here. There's no puzzle pieces in our lead row or in our hand. Good news is there are some keys, and we're going to need those keys in order to unlock the puzzles when they show up, and hopefully they're not on the bottom of the deck. So let's take a look here at Edward Pickman Derby. Like I said, for him, we're looking at either a investigation or conversation to sort of start his detectiving. And for Asnath, she is either needing some surveillance or some research. So looking up here, there's a fetid odor, and we can attach that. It says any. So that can be the start of any one of these two investigations. If we do that though, the next puzzle piece we're going to be looking for is we're going to need some surveillance or some investigation. So we have to be a little bit careful, I've learned. If you end up with all of your leading symbols the same, you can really get stuck in this game. So you want to make sure you have a nice variety of symbols happening. What else is coming up? Well, this is our lovely key card, and that's an any, so we can put him anywhere. And then we have another lovely key card that's a conversation. So we want to keep a conversation available. So what I might do, but we have lots of conversation in our hands, we don't have any that lead to it, except here, this cyclical disappearances is some investigation we can do that'll open up a potential conversation. So what I could do, if I wanted to, is play this on to the student's demise, leaving this conversation piece open for a key later on, right? So that would be one possible step that we could take. Now, the other thing you have to realize for this game is that these little symbols on top are very important. In order to close our case, we must have a total of 5 different symbols available in our investigation. Who, what, when, where, why, right? That's pretty much what we're looking for. So if we were to play both fingerprint clues, both who on the same investigation, doesn't count toward our 5 different symbols. And the victim card doesn't also apply. So we need a fingerprint, a dead body, a person of interest, some research. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we don't have another clue available, right? So as we're playing clues to these particular cases, we want to make sure we have 5 unique ones attached to each of these in order to shut them down. 5 unique symbols, as well as a puzzle clue thrown in there somewhere. So yeah, there's a lot to think about in this game. You can really sort of get real deep in the strategy, which I really like. All right, so we kind of know what we want to do. We would like to play cyclical disappearances on the student to hold the place for talking with Joe Mazurowitz to unlock a clue and give us that person token. So then what are we going to do with this man over here? We would love to get this key card attached to him. It's an any, so I think I'm okay with that. It would kind of jam us up a little bit because it's a single symbol to get out of. The only way we can get out of this is to do some investigation. But I see a bunch of investigations in our lead line, so I'm not too worried about that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to discard this fetid odor to allow us to play a card from our hand, and we're going to play cyclical disappearances into this investigation. And for now, just to sort of keep everything close while we're talking through the basics, I'm going to keep my victim cards here. Normally I'd zoom out for you all. But we are going to discard fetid odor. We're not going to investigate it. We've decided it's not part of our 2 murder victims. Luckily, there's no penalty for discarding that. You'll see that in a minute. We're going to put that in the discard pile. Boom. And we're going to play a card from our hand here. Great. We've started our investigation. We know that Asenath, something about her murder has to do with these cyclical disappearances. All right. Our first lead confirmed. Next lead. Now we knew what we wanted to do. We want to play the irresistible pull down here onto Edmund Derby's investigation. It's going to unlock a key and it's a unique symbol. That's great. Unfortunately, there is a penalty for this, and that's because this is in black. Any symbol on the bottom that's in black is a must event. We don't have a choice. We must resolve this. If the symbol is in gray, or not gray, brown, it's a may event. So if we had played this, you may resolve this. That's all right. This is worth it. There's an irresistible pull. What does that symbol mean? There's a lovely little card. And that little one says discard 1 card from our hand. Ouch. So we must give up one of these. Okay. Actually, that's not so bad, I guess. They're both conversation lead-ins, so that's all right. Unfortunately, though, they're both going to be a time penalty. See this tiny little down here? Oh, darn it. The little sand timer. Yeah. Basically what this means is when you discard a card that has a sand timer, you've effectively wasted time. So we will have to waste some time deciding that these aren't part of the investigation. And these will go up in our time penalty area. Again, this is an adjustable difficulty, all right? We're going to play, let's play, should we just play normal? Why not? We'll play normal. If we ever have 5 or more time penalty cards, somebody else is murdered. We add another victim to our pile, and remember, if we run out of victim cards, we lose the game. So, discarding one of these is a bummer because there will be a time penalty. I think I'm going to get rid of the disturbing personality change because it has that must play ability, and I don't want to do that. So let's discard him and put him in the time penalty area. We've wasted some of our precious time, but hopefully that's okay. All right, we know what we want to do, right? We know that Joe, neighbor Joe, he knows something about Asenath's murder. So let's play him to her investigation. Now we're looking for another conversation. Ooh, okay, we have one in our hand. So the problem is, I didn't play this right. Darn it, I should have paid more attention. We kept the conversation that was a fingerprint, and we already have a fingerprint in her investigation. The card that I discarded, it was a conversation, but it was a different symbol. So we actually probably wanted to keep that in our hand. But you know what? This game is about regrets. It is, after all, an Arkham game. So we're going to slide these down and flip one over. So now we have rat holes, and that's okay because rat holes we can get to through a bit of investigation, which is what we need for our poet, which is wonderful, and it opens up some additional symbols. It's again going to be another conversation, and we have one of those in our hand, but you know what, it is what it is. So let's play rat holes here. So we know that the poet felt an irresistible pull, and ended up somewhere near these fresh rat holes. Ooh, that sounds awful. You'll notice this has a brown symbol, which means we may take one card from the time penalty era. So let's do that. So remember this card that I threw into time penalty by mistake? Yeah, we're gonna put it back in our hand as a do-over. All right, let's slide these down. And remember, we really need those puzzle pieces. So let's hope my shuffle job was better. It was not. Oh no, okay. Okay, what have we got? We have an exotic spiky figure, and it's this cool lore symbol that's not in any of our investigations. So I would love to get that down. And we can put it onto Edmund Derby's because we can get there through some investigation. So let's do that. We're gonna have a bad event, but you know what? Bad things happen in this world. So let's play him here. First thing we have to do is resolve this little black symbol, because that's mandatory. And we have to perform a stability check. It's Arkham. There's a good chance we're going to go insane. As we investigate these fresh rat holes, we pull out of it this weird spiky figure, and a bit of ourselves trembles. And so let's see if we survive with all of our facilities intact. We're going to pull a card, and we're looking for a stability loss symbol. Oh, and there it is down here, this little brown one, not the one here. This tells us that we did not survive our encounter with the spindly figure. We've gone a little bit insane. There's two things that go on here. Stability penalty, those are cards that get placed there when they're discarded, and time penalty. So the good news is you can't be both. So because both of these symbols show up, stability is what we were checking, so it's going to go on this side. And once again, if we ever get more than 5, we lose the game. So this is a terrible, terrible card to put here. We really, really, really don't want to put this here, but we kind of don't have a chance. Even worse, it was one of our puzzle pieces. This is the worst card to draw. Okay, so you can kind of see how card draw affects your gameplay. There are some cards that might let us dig this out from the time penalty area. We're gonna have to keep our eyes open for that ability, because otherwise we will lose if we get 5 of these here. All right, I think I'm gonna have to zoom out here. We've got enough cards going. Okay, so that's our stability penalty. We have 1. Let's move her down here where she belongs. And what did we do? Oh, right, yes. We were resolving the exotic spiky figure. So we failed our stability check. The good news is there is a brown ability here. Why do I keep saying gray for that? I'm not sure. And we can take one card from the lead row and put it into our hand. We have space in our hand. So is there anything in here we don't want to wait for, right? Eventually we'll get to all of these. But is there anything here we would like to jump the gun on? Well, let's check out our investigations. For our poet here, we either need to do some surveillance or research. I don't have any of those symbols in my hand. In fact, I only see one here, which is a rat bite. Oh, that kind of makes sense after the rat holes. Problem is we already have a skull here, so I kind of don't want to do that one. We have this any recently trampled grass, which will clue into any. Again, though, we already have a fingerprint, so I kind of don't want to do that one. Let's look down here onto our Asenath. She needs to talk to someone. We have a ton of talk, so that won't really matter. So I guess we don't really want to take anything into our hand. All right, it's a May ability. We won't do it. Let's just slide these down. Flip the next one. So we know we don't need recently trampled grass, right? We already have our fingerprint clues in both of our investigations. So I think we're just going to discard it. Unfortunately, there is a time penalty on this card. So figuring out the grass isn't important to our research wastes some of our precious time. We put it up here. We are now allowed to play a card from our hand. Again, I guess I could play the disturbing personality change. Ooh, the neighbor had a disturbing personality change. All right, let's do that. A little bit risky because it does have another stability check and we really don't want to fail it, but let's find out. Oh, please, please, please. We're good. We're good. There's no symbols over here. So even though this neighbor, as we're interviewing him, does a Dr. Jekyll Hyde on us, doesn't wig us out, we keep it together, this card gets discarded. There's no time penalty for that. So we dodged a bullet there. All right. Move these down. Come on, puzzle pieces. Ah, still none. All right. So we're getting to the point where we could be in trouble because skull clue, we already have 2 skulls on the board. If I discard it, I take a time penalty. I have room in my hand, so for now, we're just going to put it in our hand, okay? We're just going to use our hand room for a minute here. Finally, a puzzle piece. Yes. Okay. Okay, we need Meadow Hill. Okay. What else have we got? Okay. Dark Man of the Witch Cult. This little 3 means we can only play this card onto an investigation that already has 3 cards on it. So we need a lot of leads to sort of infiltrate the witch cult. That makes sense. Both of our investigations have 3 cards, so they qualify. It is the man symbol, which our poet doesn't have yet. Unfortunately, in order to get there, we have to talk to someone. Okay, I think I'll just take it into my hand and maybe we can find a conversation to get there at a later date. Maybe. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Okay. Hole eaten through heart. It is the skull symbol and we already have those in our investigation, so we don't need this card. So we're just going to discard it. There's no time penalty for that. Remember this little stability check, that's only if we're doing a stability check from a card in the investigation. So this just goes into the discard pile. We could play a card from our hand, but we don't want to, so we'll just pass for now. We're trying to get here desperately. Ooh, another puzzle piece. Ooh, and it's a skull. Ooh, can I wait that long? We might have to. All right. Shot in the head 6 times. Nope. We already know what happened with the skulls here. So this card is not part of our investigation. We will just plain discard it. There's no time penalty. And pass. We're wasting a lot of cards here, but I don't know what else to do. Oh, another key card. Okay. All right. It's coming together, guys. It's coming together. Superstitious rumors. This one is a time penalty. In fact, all the cards in my hand are time penalties. So we don't have much choice. We're going to have to waste some time writing down the superstitious rumors that turn out not to be true about the witch cult. So when we go to discard this, because of the time emblem, it goes up here into our, unfortunately, time penalty. And remember, if we get 5 of these, somebody else dies. So eek. Okay, but that's okay because we made it to our first key. Yes. And even more wonderful, none of our investigations has a location. So I need that in both of these. Right now, however, I can only get to the Meadow Hill through research, which is fine because this exotic spiky figure has opened up a research path for us. So we are going to play this here. Ooh, that's so cool. So let's talk about how we close a case because we're getting very close here, okay? You can close a case anytime you have 5 different symbols in the investigation. You can have more than 5. There is a penalty if your case goes on too long, but as long as you have 5 unique symbols, you can close the case. It doesn't have to have a puzzle piece in it. You can close the case without furthering the investigation on the Arkham mystery. If you close a case with a puzzle piece in it, all right, this doesn't count toward your 5 different symbols, okay? Because this clue is actually for the big Arkham murder. It's not for the murder of Stuart Pickman Derby, all right? So if we want to close the case with Stuart Pickman Derby, we're going to need 5 symbols, not counting our clue card. So we can and we will want another location here. So I think that's where that's going. We also want a location here though. Oh, interesting. All right, we're gonna have to think this through. Let's see, which investigation? Oh my gosh, another. Wow, we're getting a run of them. Okay. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. Remember, I saved him because I wanted to play it here, which gives me my 5 unique symbols, but I'm not counting this one, so I'm only at 4. Darn it. Okay. So I think, how are we going to do this? Because I get to him through conversation. Okay. If, let's just say, for giggles, let's say the Crown and Shield house is related to this murder. That's 4 symbols, not counting this one, so I'm going to need one more symbol to close this. And I can find that last symbol through surveillance or research. The problem is I only have conversation, and I don't see a new symbol up here either. Darn it. Okay. Darn it. So I guess I can put it, because I'm stuck with this conversation. All right, I'm going to have to think about this. Okay, I see it. We're going to switch gears. We're going to, Poet Edmund, your case is cold, but Asenath Waite, your case is heating up. We are going to play a location, Crowns and Shield House, here. And the symbol that's coming up is the research, which gives us the complex angles leading outside, which we will put in this one. Yes. Let's do that. Okay. Now, there is a bad effect to this. We're going to have to discard one of our leads, and we're going to be forced to do it. But it's worth it. It's worth it because this is a piece of the Arkham puzzle. More importantly, we have our 2 skulls, so we need one more symbol to close this case out. There it is, right there. Oh, but it's a puzzle piece. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Darn it. Okay, first things first, we have to discard one of these cards. That's a key card. It has value. That's one of our puzzle pieces, so that has value. So we're going to discard one of these 2. They both have the same lead-in, which is research. The bad part is if we discard this guy, it goes to our penalty box. If we play him, it gives us a stability check. I don't want to do a stability check. That's how you lose. So let's discard this card. Has the time symbol, so it's going to go up here. Oof, we're very close to somebody else getting murdered. All right, let's slide these down. We need a new symbol, please. Okay. So, how are we going to play this? So I think what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of this. So let's take Miskatonic University into our hand. It's a key. We're going to need keys. And we'll get rid of Dark Man of the Witch Cult. I just don't see how we're going to get there, and he has such a terrible ability. There's no time penalty for discarding him. So let's do that. All right. So we're looking for, we have to get another house here onto this one. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is kind of a pain. We're going to have to use our fingerprint. I'm going to knock on the door in order to talk to someone. And that will open the ability to play Miskatonic University. So it's going to slow us down, but it, you know, it isn't the end. It isn't the end of days. So we're going to play a coded knock. That's going to let us in to talk to someone that will hopefully, whoops, that's upside down, lead us to where we need to go. This is a puzzle piece, so we can't discard this. We need this. We're just going to take it into our hand really quick. We'll deal with you later. Okay. Unsettling phone call. Do we care about an unsettling phone call? No, we have our skulls, so we're going to discard it. It is a time penalty, though. Ouch. One more and someone else dies, but we have to do it because this unlocks Miskatonic University. All right, so let's check our symbols. If we take this one out of the mix, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more symbol. We need a person. We need a person we can get to through research. It's going to be hard. All right. Oh, wait, before I do that, Miskatonic University has a May ability, which is I may take one of these cards. Ooh, wait a minute. Yes, I can do that because this is an innie and it's a unique symbol. Ooh, I like that. Leads me, yeah. So let's take this into our hand. Yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we could close this. We're going to waste a bunch of keys doing it, though. Or I could get greedy. Ooh, okay. I think we're just going to close it. It wastes a ton of keys, but I just don't see another way to do that. I just don't see another way to do it. So let's play. Let's discard the father, the good priest, to play cryptic papers onto the poet's investigation. All right. We will have to do a stability check. And we pass it, but it's time. Oh no, somebody else dies. All right, we'll resolve that in 1 second here. Somebody else dies. Oh, darn it. But we are allowed, if we want, to take one of these cards into our hand. And I'm kind of liking the key card. So let's take that one into our hand. Slide these down. Boom, boom. In order to close this case, we have to discard a card. So we'll do that on the next turn. And we have a new victim. Our new victim is Frank Elwood, a student. Another student has been murdered. A poet and 2 students. Maybe he was their professor? Not sure. All right, he's going to go down here. Don't worry, we're going to clear him out, so we'll move him up in just a minute. And let's discard our card and close our first case. Yes, so taking out our big picture piece, we have to have 5 different symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, I didn't need to put this one here. I had a symbol. Darn it. I messed that up. Oh well, that's what I get for not paying attention. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have more than enough symbols, it turns out. So all of these cards, you know what I think I'm going to do since I did mess that up? I think I will just, since it's any, I'll just slide it down here and say put it on this one because I don't think it really makes a difference otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, I didn't do it right because I have 2 of those. Oh no! Okay, so I'm gonna have to reverse a little bit because I can't close this because I don't have 5 symbols. I wasn't paying attention to that one. So let's do a little bit of reversing here. All right, hold on. So we discarded, oh my goodness, what did we discard? We discarded hypnotism to close this, but we're not going to close it. So I think we're there. And what we'll do is to sort of reset a little bit, instead of saying I played a card to this investigation, we'll say I played a card to this investigation. All right, it's a little bit of backtracking. I don't know if that's entirely correct, but that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, okay. So what symbols am I missing? I feel like I have all these symbols, but clearly, what else is? Let's check our little chart. So we have. Oh, so this one needs a person. Got it. A person. Okay, so we need a person to close it. I have a conversation. I have a conversation, and I have a surveillance. Ah, shoot. I am just not lucky with these cards. Okay, so what do we need down here? Assuming the skull is out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can close this one. Hey, never mind. Let's do that. That's what I meant to do. Okay, never mind. Okay, go back. Wait. See, it'll work out eventually. Okay, so if I have 2 skulls, and that's going to be my big picture, do I have 5 symbols? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do. So let's close this. So we know for our Arkham case that this complex angles leading outside is part of the mystery. So this one goes into the big picture. We do not need to collect any more clues that involve the skull. These cards are discarded. They are well, not discarded, I should say. They go into the closed case file. We have a chance maybe of getting them back, but for now they're closed. So I'm gonna put them up here under closed case. And we have solved the mystery of Anseth Waite. So she's gonna head back into the box. So what was her story? All right, so this is where I think you can come up with some really cool stories. Answith was in Crowns and Shield House, where there was a disturbing personality change brought on by reading some cryptic papers that had to deal with cyclical disappearances that was caused by Joe Mazurwich, the neighbor. All right, so that's our mundane mystery. It was triggered, however, by a complex angles leading outside. So obviously Joe got trapped somewhere in time and space, went somewhere he shouldn't. It flipped his lid, caused a personality change, and he has been murdering people ever since. Case 1 closed. However, we have our new student, Frank Elwood, who we've also discovered was murdered. Okay, cool. Let's reset. I'm sure I probably played something a little bit wrong there, but you guys get the idea. And what's cool about Frank is we have another place now to be throwing these cards where the symbols are already played for Edward Pickman Derby. Okay, Frank, we need a conversation or some research to get him going. And remember, we are looking for, we have a new symbol. We have a new symbol. Yes. Okay, the only way to get there, though, is through research. Dang it. So we need either a person, we need conversation to get to them. So we need research that will lead us to a conversation. And I don't see that anywhere. Or we need research that will lead us to surveillance. And I don't see that anywhere, except here. Research that will lead me to surveillance. There will be a penalty involved, but that's okay. Let's do it. So let's go for the Pit of the Shafts and research that. Now, there's a little text, I'm sure you can't see it here, but it says, for each card played to a case after the 7th, we have to undergo a stability check. So we've seen a little too much now. To play another card is going to cause us to possibly lose some of our stability. We have a may ability here, which is we may take one of these. Oh yes, and when we played our victim card, I should have shuffled these, taken these and put these in the discard pile, which is too bad because now there is nothing to take from the time. Well, oh well. That's how it goes sometimes, right? Here we go. Ooh, another puzzle piece. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We need that, but we need him first. And I don't want to discard him, right? We have to, oh no, we don't have to discard him. We don't. We're going to play him. A lot of bad things are going to happen, but I don't think we have a choice. So this is going to be our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, our 8th card. So we have to do a stability check, and we pass it. Waste some of our time though, but that's okay. He has a must ability. We must get rid of a card in our hand. I guess we'll get rid of this rat bite. Doesn't seem to be doing us much. And now we can close our case. Oh, hallelujah. Let's do that. Okay, small handprints. Done. You're out. We're going to close our case finally. Oh, man. Do we have 5 symbols? This one took us forever to get. Look at all that wasted time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But our story led us to Meadow Hill, so we know the Arkham disturbance is at Meadow Hill. Maybe you get there through a complex angles leading outside. There's some sort of portal locking these two. We have 2 clues. Edward Pickham Derby, your murder has been solved. It took a very long time. We knew there was an irresistible pull that led him to some rabbit holes where he found a weird spiky figure that took him to Miskatonic University, where he met Moses Sargent, a servant that took him. Then he heard a coded knock that led him to the pit of the Shoggoths, from which he did not return. What a terrible, terrible, long and drawn out way to die. I apologize for that. We are down to 1 open case. And look at that, leads off wonderfully. Let's start. Our first lead is Paul Dombowski, the landlord. He knows something about Frank Elwood's death. We have a May ability. We may pick a card. Ooh, and I think we will. So what do we need to do? We need to get a key here to unlock a puzzle piece. Ooh, okay, how do we get a key here? A key, we could do this key. Yeah, let's do that. So let's take this one into our hand. Let's slide these down. 1, 2. Let's, I kind of don't want to discard this one because it's a unique symbol. There aren't a lot of these little monsters. And it has an amazing ability which lets us reshuffle our discards back into our draw deck. And we are getting very, very low. I think we're not going to though. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Okay, no, we're not. We're not. Oh, that hurts to do. We're going to discard the Shoggoth in order to play. Oh, the key here. The landlord leads us to an old diary of Frank's. That's important because it unlocks a knife of grotesque design. Fabulous. Okay. Has a May ability. We may take one of these into our hand. Next up is going to be surveillance. Ooh, I could use this one. Or do I want to discard another one of these? This game. I don't think I do. So let's take this one into our hand. Slide these guys down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We definitely want to take him into our hand, and we will get rid of a key card. Ouch. All All right, 1, 2, 3. We're going to discard the Necronomicon in order to play, Ephraim White, the wizard, who we know is part of the Arkham Terror. No, we're not, because that doesn't match. Just kidding. We're going to play Torn Apart by Great Force. And we have to do a check. Oh, please, please, please. We fail it. Oh, no! We see a shambling corpse. Ooh, okay, okay. Okay. That's okay, because we have 3 symbols here. We have 3 of the 5 we need. And we could play a card from our hand, which we're going to do. We're not going to bother talking to the professor. He's useless to us. Right? Yes, he is. Instead, we are going to research the unnameable, which is going to cause another stability check. Ah! No! No! No, this is terrible. This is terrible. Oh no, what have we done? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. We need one more symbol here. What am I missing? What am I missing? A person would work. No, we can't do a person. We already have a book. A monster. A monster goes with an eyeball. A location. This is the card we need. Okay, okay. We are allowed to take one card from the closed files. Oh, we're definitely going to do that. What do we want? Let's see. Ooh, that's perfect. We have a location card that says any. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, man, this Crown's Shield house has seen many dark things. This is perfect because we're going to slide this down now. 3, 4, 5, and I think if we've done this right, oh, we have to discard the first card. I'm getting too excited. Discard the card. There's a time penalty for that, but we don't care because we have finished our investigation here. Okay, so next turn, we can close this, and we will. We're going to discard the... Do I want to discard him? I guess we do. That hurts. Okay. We're going to discard him to close the case of Frank Elwood because we have 5 symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a puzzle piece. The Knife of Grotesque Design. Okay, so what happened to Frank? We talked to the neighbor who showed us Frank's diary, where we learned of a knife of grotesque design. That was used to tear Frank apart with great force. What did it? The unnameable, and where? Again, at Crown's Shield house. We have 3 clues now. We know what's happening in Arkham a little bit more. We're going to close our investigation, and we are out of dead bodies. Now, when this happens in the game, you are allowed to reshuffle your... Oh, we're just going to make it 2. Funk. We're going to reshuffle our discard pile back. Normally, when you run out of cards to draw, somebody else gets murdered. But in this case, we're doing so well. No one gets murdered. Instead, well, I shouldn't say no one gets murdered, but we get to reset the deck and draw a new victim. Walter Gilman, a student. Another student. All these students are getting murdered, man. All right, let's start with a key. So I can't play this quite yet because it's locked, but we do have our professional contact that we haven't used, and he gives us one of 2 abilities. We can either use him to unlock something for free or to swap some cards around. And I think maybe, although we already have 4 there, 3 there. Let's use his ability. Let's call in our contact here to help us out with Walter. The joy of that is we'll be able to play Ephraim White right away, which is what I think we want to do. So let's, we're going to waste some time, but it can't be helped. Ephraim White is down. And now we can take a bunch of cards into our hand, which is nice. So let's see. Oh, look, here's a key that we don't actually, I guess I could have played that a little differently, huh? Well, it is what it is. So we need surveillance. Okay, so this is the only guy that can get us off of that. I guess for now we'll just take some cards into hand while we see what's coming out. It'll buy us some time. We'll see what's on the board. Okay. Okay. Still can't play anything, can we? All right, 1, 2, 3. That's kind of painful. That did not go well. So we can now play Randolph Carter, the author. That'll open us up to a conversation, which we can use the coded lock on. All right, so let's do that. Let's play Randolph, the author. We can discard one of our cards if we want, but I don't think we want to right now. So we'll slide these down. And the coded knock. He knows about the coded knock, which is nice. And this lets us take a card from the time pile if we want to. Ooh. Ooh, I might want this one. That's a unique symbol. I guess I'll discard scratching inside the walls. It's time, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not getting ahead of anything, but you know, I'm getting a better hand of cards, so we'll take it. Now, fetid odor. I already have a fingerprint, so I don't feel like I need that. Instead, let's discard it and play the witch lights, which is not good. Please be kind. Yes, we're good. We're good. No stability problems with that. And I have this puzzle piece. Let's play it. Except finding children bones. Oh, we're really pushing it here. Oh, hallelujah. Getting so lucky. Oh, wait. But in order to play it, I have to discard a card. Hold up. Hold up. Got too excited here. Let's take it into our hand. We're going to wait. We're going to play the long game here. So we're going to slide these down because we don't need that skull. So we're going to discard the skull. It'll be a time penalty. But now we can play. Do we get greedy? I don't think we do. Man, that would win us the game. If we can close this investigation, we win the game. Let's do it. We need two unique symbols. I have them in my hand. I just have to get them onto the table. Okay, we have to do conversation. We have to get this guy. How are we going to get this guy? Oh, right. Playing him causes a stability check. But we know that was okay because we did it. Didn't I do it with him? I don't know. I'll play it as if I didn't. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. That goes there. One more stability check. Oh, shoot. Okay. How do we get this here, though? Okay, I need a conversation. How do I get there? How do I get there? I'm stuck, guys. I'm stuck. Need a conversation that leads us. He would lead us to an investigation, but that really doesn't help us. Oh no. Oh, he's an any. This one would work. And he would lead us to this. Okay. So do we just dump cards until we get there? I kind of hate that, but I don't know what else to do. Let's dump a card. Can't play it. Oh, we're kind of stuck here, aren't we? And can't play it. It's going to be a time penalty. We have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you know what? I kind of think this is okay because I feel like we need another investigation open. Oh, it's our last victim. Oh, it's a little kid. Ladislav Wolzhkov. The last person killed was a child? That's terrible. Okay. So we can play a card from our hand. Ooh. Except I need both of these in this investigation, so I don't want to play a card from our hand. Okay. We can do this. Great, so we could start getting rid of these. We could put small handprints. That makes sense that there would be small handprints. Play a card from our hand. We don't want to. There's our conversation dude. So Conversation Man will open up an investigation. That's not what we need. There's no penalty to discard him, so we'll take it into our hand for now. What the heck? Okay. Here it is. This is the one we wanted. We wanted Skull. Okay. So we're going to put some hypnotism down here. We have to discard a card from our hand. Not a problem, because we didn't want Daniel Upton. And now... is that what we wanted to do? I think so. This is going to be tight. Okay. Now I would really like to play a card from my hand. This one. So let's discard the servant. Oh, but we're going to get a stability check. Well, you know what? It can't be avoided. The object from outside is... drives us insane. Oh, we were so close. Okay. We lost, but it was a tight one. We saw too many terrible things, and the game is over. We were so close, though, because we had 1, 2, 3, 4. We just needed to play this card, and we won. But we didn't pull it off in the end. We couldn't solve the Arkham murder before losing our minds. But you know what? It's an Arkham game, so I kind of think that's what was going to happen. But we can at least see what the final story was going to be, right? These were all of our clues. So it was going to be Ephraim Waite, the wizard, using complex angles leading to Meadow Hill, where he murdered people with a knife of grotesque design. And he was murdering children. Oh, that's awful. What an awful ending to this story. I'm kind of, I guess we didn't solve it. So he's still out there murdering children, calling forth an unknown being from another time and space. Heartbreaking, so close. I think I fudged the game a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But, it's hard to, talk through it and play it at the same time. So cut me a little bit of slack. This is Arkham Noir, and really, I think it's a cool little storytelling type of a game. Some people are complaining it's just matching symbols. It's very dry. There's not enough replayability. I think there is, but then I'm a fan of Honorim, and this one definitely has that kind of same vibe of trying to get, different symbols together in order to achieve victory. I think the art is amazing. The descriptions are amazing. It definitely invokes Arkham. There is a sense of that detective story, right? You're trying to find who, what, when, where, why as quickly as possible with as little redundancy as possible as well. Case 2 adds some new symbols and twists and abilities, makes it a little, gives it a little bit of a different gameplay. Not a lot different. It's still the same setup, the same gameplay. You just have more symbols and effects to deal with. But for a game that's actually just a deck of cards, I think this one's kind of cool. I think it's like, what is it, 12 or 13 bucks, I think, on Amazon. So it doesn't cost a lot. It doesn't take up a lot of shelf space. Setup time is just shuffle and go. And you can play it out as fast or as slow and grindy as you like. I hope I did it justice. I'm sorry I flubbed it there a little bit, but if you're interested in taking a shot at the witch cult murders, case number 1, check out Arkham Noir. I think I will definitely be playing it again. All right, guys. Till next time.